for joining me. My name is Toyin and it's all about children today. For a lot of parents, life is always on the fast lane. Like when it comes to children, especially if your kids are younger kids, yeah, your life would always be on the fast lane. You're multitasking, you're literally like an octopus, yeah, trying to juggle so many things at the same time. To the extent that we don't stop to think about how much the kids have actually changed our lives. Yes, we know that they have changed our lives. We have it somewhere at the back of our mind. It's just not something that we really sit down and really give a deep thought into. We just carry on with it because at the end of the day, as a parent, you're just expected to carry on. No one really has the time to sit down and take stock of, oh, my life has changed, how this way or that way. No parent really has time for that. So that's why today I just want to help us to reflect on the different ways in which children change our lives as parents. For a lot of people who haven't had children, especially if they're still single and they like kids, they like to, that the playful type that likes to muck about with kids a lot. So they see other people's children and they're like, oh, he's so cute, oh, he's so nice, he's so quiet, he's so calm, he's so lovely, he's so this and all sorts different words to, describe the child. But that perspective changes when you become the parent. Suddenly, the child is not really that cute anymore when they're crying their eyes out in the middle of the night, or they need nappy change, or they're just throwing tantrums and you try to pacify them in many ways, still they just wouldn't budge. So, babies are cute, no doubt. You're having a bad day, your day has been awful for whatever reason, everything has just gone left and you can't seem to get a grip of things, or you're stressed. Imagine you coming home and you see that lovely child smiling at you, running towards you to give you a hug, being so completely oblivious to how your day has gone, And for that moment, it just makes you put aside all of your woes and you just want to give them a hug, a tight hug. It's the smile on their face just makes all your troubles to just dissipate. For a moment, okay? It's beautiful, it's lovely, and then from then on, watching them grow into such desirable adults, it's a beautiful experience no matter the challenges that come with it. So here are a few ways in which I feel like children actually bring change to a parent's life. Number one, you used to be Sandra before, now they call you mom. Or you used to be David before, now they call you dad. Although in the minority, I've come across those kids that actually call their parent by the first name, like, I can't be asked, I can't be bothered. I'm just going to stick to David. That's your name. That's what I'm going to call you. So I've come across kids like that. But on the whole, they give you a different name, which is beautiful. I think anyone who's had a child would know the feeling. Number two, your time is no longer yours. Before, you could wake up and do however you want to do your day, however you want to plan your day. You want to maybe go for a jog first thing in the morning, or you want to even just lay in bed and do nothing all day. You had your own way of doing your own things before you had a baby. You had your routine, your personal routine. You had a plan of, maybe you had a plan, or maybe you don't even plan your day, you just do it anyhow. All of that changes when a child comes into the picture. You need to have a plan for the day. You need to have a schedule, all right? You need to know what you're doing at every point in the day. That's number two. Number three now. If you're the type that likes to sleep, like me, well, you won't be getting much of that when the child comes into the picture. If you're the type that likes to stay up late, a lot of times when the child comes in, you will find yourself going to bed early. Not necessarily because you plan to go to bed early. Sometimes you're just knackered. Like you're knackered by 7 p.m. in the evening, and before you know it, you're dozing off on the sofa. And if it's a newborn baby, I think everyone knows that your night would not be your night. Yes, there are like a few babies here and there that sleep through the night, but it's rare for babies to sleep through the night. So obviously your sleep will reduce. Number four, you become more patient. Children, we know that they are quite naive, all right? And they are prone to making a lot of mistakes because they are learning, they are growing, and they are still, especially if they're still in their formative years, they will make a lot of errors, and that's where your patience is tested. All right, if you're the kind of person that didn't used to be very patient with your fellow adults, when children come into your life, you shall be tested. So, but the idea is not to lose it with them, all right? The idea is to be patient. The idea is to allow them room for error, because they are only children after all. They are learning, and how can they learn if they don't make mistakes anyway? We all were there at some point in our lives, all right? And someone gave us a chance, someone showed us what to do, someone helped us through our challenges. So children will test your patience. They will help you to even build patience if you didn't have that virtue before. Number 5, everything now takes longer. Before, if you wanted to maybe pop into Asda to buy a bottle of milk and some other grocery, you could just quickly get out of bed, get into your slippers, get your car key and drive to Asda quickly. But if you've got a 3-year-old in the house, you can't do that anymore. So if it used to take you like 2-3 minutes to jump in the car before, now with the child, you might find yourself spending the next 10-15 minutes just trying to get yourself to the grocery store. Number 6, kids help you to appreciate your parents more. I'm sure a lot of us grew up with parents who were always looking so disheveled a lot of times, and you're thinking, Mom, Dad, are you okay? Or we grew up with parents who we thought were very strict. But then we start having kids, and then we see, actually they weren't really being strict, they were just really trying to protect us. So it helps you to appreciate your parents more. All of the challenges that your parents went through that you never understood as a child, the minute you start having your own children, you will then suddenly understand the position of your parents and the hard work that they went through just to make sure that you turned out right. Number 7, you're more careful and thoughtful when it comes to decision making. So before, maybe you were the type that will see a job advert in Canada or Dubai or Indonesia, wherever, and then by the following week, your bags are packed and you're off. Now with kids, you can't easily do that anymore. Your decisions will be more favorable towards jobs that are nearer home, where you can be closer to the kids. Basically, your life now revolves around the kids. You can't just take decisions unilaterally like before, you know. Or maybe you're the type that was into extreme sports, or you do extreme things when you go on holiday. Now with the kids, you're more thoughtful, like, okay, I'm not going to do anything where I can easily lose my life, because now I've got kids that depend on me. And then number 8, your wardrobe changes. And this is for the women especially. Your wardrobe changes starting from when you're pregnant. You start to wear bigger clothes because obviously the ones you had before are now tighter. And even after the baby has been born, you still have to sometimes hold on to the bigger clothing because your weight hasn't gone down. And further down the line, as the child is growing, become a toddler, you still are not even having a better wardrobe, because 24/7 is about them from morning to night. You don't bother with makeup anymore. You don't even buy new clothes anymore. You don't spend time on yourself anymore. Your hair is always disheveled. You just don't pay attention to your personal appearance like before. Number 9, you worry more about future generations. So maybe you're the type that before you would, use a lot of plastic in your packaging. Maybe you're the type that throws plastic bags and cups out of your window while you're driving, thereby, adding to landfills. Or maybe you're the type that just doesn't understand the issue with not just landfills, but, our oceans being filled with all sort of junk, thereby killing all our marine animals. Or maybe you don't understand the concept around global warming. By the time you start having children, some of that will change, because you will think to yourself, wow, what we're doing now is hurting our planet. I don't want to leave my children in this sort of planet like this. You then become more careful in your actions going forward. So you find yourself now caring more about the future of our planet, and just making sure that we make it a safe place for our children in the future. We could go on and on about a lot of ways in which children bring changes to our lives. Every change is there to teach us something. Also, I must say at this point that children will test your limits. They will push their boundaries. They will push your buttons. But I believe that God didn't create them just to test parents, but also He created them as a form of blessing to parents. We should accept them that way. We should see them as blessings and nothing less. Above all, let's remember that children are a heritage of the Lord. No matter how much or how drastic a change they bring to our lives, we must treat them well and we must love them. Okay, that's it from me now, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next video. In the meantime, don't forget to like the video and share it with friends. If you have any lovely stories about your kids or any children in your family, leave a comment in the comment section and I will respond. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.